It's always the awkward silence.
We're live successfully. I spent the last 3 hours doing primarily Blades prep, but
that's a lot.
Prep.
Yeah.
It is a lot. I am reorganizing all of the prep that I have already.
I don't think I've ever spent 3 hours prepping a session just for any circumstance ever.
A lot of it was, as I said, organizing stuff that we already did, tracking, like as you guys can see in Roll20. We have a campaign tracker now. It's pretty low. There's not a lot added there, but it's there. So now I know how many jobs you guys did. I think the big thing was some of the factions involved now have the general way to do it that the book says is when you bring someone in, back roll their faction rolls. So I'm like, okay, how many jobs did you guys do? Because that's usually every time you do a job, they try to progress on their clock. And so, yeah. Stuff has been going on. How has everyone's week been? It's been a heck of a week.
The
answer.
It's been a week.
Yes, it has. Let's see.
Thunderstorm hit lightning hit the building
right
about a block away from us. So
yes,
that
we
was
live
interesting.
a block from the Calgary Tower. We live right downtown. And let me go find the picture that exists. It was hit by lightning, and it was, really close to us.
Not to try to one up you because I have not been almost hit by lightning recently, but Florida is the lightning capital of North America.
The building to the left of where the lightning struck and down a bit, kind of near the center, sort of right center, with a sort of handle, that's our building. We are that close to.
Wow, that's real close.
Now,
we all woken up in the middle of the night by.
Did you see Marty go back in time when this happened?
No, our window's facing the other way, sadly.
Two flaming trails on the road, nothing.
I was thinking more
Some old guy
man
in a clock
assembled out of corpses rising from the table.
I'm sure that happened somewhere deep down in the bowels underneath the tower.
No, it was right there at the top. It's the wide bit.
Is it the top? All right.
Yeah, the wide bit is the lab.
Yeah,
they close down the restaurant at night, bring in the lab equipment, because I'm assuming that there's a restaurant,
a
revolving
it's
restaurant.
There was a restaurant.
It's closed down because their elevator
Tracks
broke.
on the floor.
Yeah, it works even better because, as Spencer said, they closed down because their elevator broke, so no one's been in there for months.
Their
So there could be
elevator
anything.
broke.
Yeah, no, it's some kind of like secret Black Ops necromantic program.
It was, the elevator wasn't repurposed to raise Frankenstein.
Yep. How is my mic, by the way? I raised the volume slightly. Am I too loud?
That's fine.
Okay, good. But yeah, things have been good.
I think I know the exact meme that is this year. I will find it.
No memes. They are all predictive.
Yeah, like
No
more prophetic pictures from the internet.
It's like 2010 is terrible. 2020 continues to get worse every time. This is you know what this is? This is the this deal keeps getting worse and worse joke. Like constantly. This is that year. It's like you think this is bad.
Pray I do not alter it further.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
We finished that movie. Was it last night?
Yeah, finished a rewatch of it. Last night, I think, was She-Ra. It might have been the week before.
Last night we finished the second last season of She-Ra, which is really good.
Fantastic. For a princess transformation show, it is incredibly well done.
The first 6 episodes are not. They're and then it gets really good.
I've seen a lot of it, but I kind of want to do a whole rewatch before I watch this last season, so I have it in context.
Okay. Yeah.
But I did watch the new season of Flash that dropped on Netflix in like 3 days.
How is that? Is it good or is it total
exactly
trash?
how you would think.
Okay, so it's like cheese trash, but great.
Yeah, the worst part about these shows, I only watch them on Netflix because I don't pay for cable like some primitive. There's no point in paying for cable, and you can't get free antenna TV anymore. You have to have digital TV. So I don't have that either. Just the internet. So I don't watch the TV shows as they air, meaning the week-long episode that goes from like Batwoman to Flash to Green Arrow to Legends of Tomorrow, and that's the order you watch it on. And then those seasons aren't all on Netflix at the same time.
Oh no!
I don't know the main event of all of those seasons. I don't know what happens.
Oh, that's awful.
I think it was originally called the Arrowverse before Arrow's no longer a thing.
Well,
it's still called the Arrowverse.
It's still Arrowverse.
Oh, okay.
Even though it's all based on Batman, but whatever.
Yeah, even though that Green Arrow was Batman, and it wasn't bad at first. Then it became.
I mean, it was always bad, but it was novel.
That's true. It was better than anything else comic book showy at the time.
Yes,
like compare it to TV. Compare it to Smallville. It is so much better than Smallville.
Yeah.
And I watched every episode of Smallville.
The Arrowverse stuff is so comic booky because there's so many crossovers. There's so many like one-off, like callback characters that you only know or care about if you read them in some old comic.
Yeah,
I keep waiting for like the editor's note up in the corner of the scene, like see season 3, episode 4 of The Flash, if you want to know.
That would be great.
Yeah, give me some hyperlinks here. I want the YouTube videos.
You should have the like
that explain the thing I just watched.
When there are subtitles, the subtitles should have the like Obsidian-esque like mouse over the subtitle and it'll give you a pop-up to what they're referencing.
Oh god, like an interactive thing on Netflix, but like a Wikipedia entry that just like connects all.
Pop-up comic book TV. All right.
Yeah, this is our new business venture. Yeah. Copyrighted now.
What else did
you know what else is on Netflix? I don't have Netflix, so I'm not able to watch it. But
you don't use someone else's Netflix?
I mean, I could, but then it's just too much work for me.
There's probably a community about people who are like, yeah, I have a Netflix account. Here, go use it. There might be people giving away
if I want
access.
I have all of the streaming services. I only pay for one.
Yeah, streaming service exchange. 5 people pay for 5 different streaming services, but then they give each other access.
Yeah, this is how it works. It's
streaming cabal.
Yeah, Avatar is on Netflix, and I need to watch it.
It is fantastic.
Yes, it
is. We got it on Blu-ray like for Christmas because we wanted to watch all of it.
And then it came on Netflix.
Now it's on.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Good show. Best American anime.
The live action's coming pretty soon too.
I don't know if I can trust that.
It's
live
already
action.
on Netflix.
It's already on Netflix.
It is?
Is it?
Wait, the live action is on. No, wait. Which live action? The movie that doesn't actually exist, or
okay, not the travesty. No, the series, the live action series.
It's on Netflix.
Netflix you mean Avatar's finally coming to live action?
Yeah, they're making one.
Ever?
Yes, for the very first time ever, there is a live action Avatar. But okay,
and there's no blue people.
I thought it was actually out, and I was like, "What?"
Oh, not the blue people Avatar.
Not the blue people Avatar. No,
cool.
The original Avatar
2 is still coming
sometime. Yep,
eventually.
I think
it's still happening.
It'll be like a once a generation sequel. Is what it feels like.
Legend foretells of the movie called Avatar.
They say
what?
That your grandchildren's grandchildren will finally watch the finale of the 7-part series of Avatar movies.
Mm-hmm. No. Right around like the 5th Avatar movie, it'll turn into Half-Life 3. We'll keep thinking it's going to come out, but it never actually shows up.
I feel that way about Avatar 2.
Yeah, it feels like we're already there.
We're already here.
Yeah.
No, this is more of a Duke Nukem situation where a lot of people who already paid for it, they want to see it, and it's going to be trash when it comes out.
Well, every little I've heard from people who saw it or saw parts of it were like, again, even for nowadays, they said the CGI is mind-blowing. Actually, that you could still apply that to the original Avatar, frankly. It's still really good.
But when I saw the first Avatar, it didn't feel like it needed a sequel. It felt like that was fine. That was good.
Unless they turn it into like a space... Into Star Wars, basically. Into native Star Wars.
Yeah,
what they'll
into
turn
an
it
IP that they can churn shit out of.
But yeah. You just need a Death Fleet.
It was a complete story, though. Like, it had a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Listen, they added a Death Fleet to She-Ra, and it was great. So, I'm not kidding.
Just circle around.
Yeah, so just add one to everything now. That's how Star Wars started, a Death Fleet.
I mean,
evolve?
eventually that'll seem contrived, won't it? I mean, like when Westerns start having death fleets.
No,
Cowboys versus
They not always have to be spaceship Death Fleets.
you could totally have
So
the
it could
cowboy
just be the
death-
Spanish.
So it could be like the Civil War Ironside ships, just like coming in and blowing them up with cannons.
Exactly.
Because that's a real thing that happened.
Yeah.
Or,
well, I mean,
a giant spider in a Will Smith movie.
That did not happen.
Yeah.
my only problem with having the Civil War like Ironside ships coming in is then you would have to make the good guys the Confederates, and then I'm a little concerned.
No, both sides had them. I did a project about this in middle school.
Oh, I always thought it was like the Union just destroyed the shit out of them real quick, and then went, "All right, we're gonna do Anaconda."
No, they both
now.
had at least one.
At least one. Okay.
All right.
I did this project in middle school. That was a while ago. I already forgot.
I learned
Confederate
U.S.
ghost ship.
history this week about the fact that what your Civil War was. I had no idea.
Oh,
We watched
You
the
didn't
John
know?
Oliver segment on the Civil War.
Oh, it's a.
For some reason, I don't learn U.S. history.
I mean
You
that's
don't
fair.
learn Canadian history.
I knew there
All I
was
know
a
about
war,
Canada,
I
we
just had
tried
no
to invade
idea.
you once.
All I know about Canada is you failed to
Tried.
invade.
Tried.
Yeah. Okay. Well, other than the ridiculous amount of cooking that we did recently, Blades in the Dark. Blades in the Dark. You guys.
Speaking of
invasions,
invasions,
speaking of invasions and land wars,
we're invading some turf.
You're invading some empty turf, and really, you're defending some turf that you just claimed. For
We
anyone
are.
who would say otherwise.
We're staking a claim, as it were.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
This
planted
is
your
just
flag,
like
and
the
now you
one-
just
this
need to
is
defend
just
it.
like this is just like the frontier. We're sticking down our wooden stake, and we're sitting there with a big stick, and we're gonna beat anyone that tries to step within our
There's already
staked-out
people
square.
living there, and we're gonna say it's ours now.
And they have to move over there to that shitty island that we're going to build a prison on.
Yep.
Do they have choices? No, not really.
Oh, Western
We're
imperialism.
criminals. This game
Yeah,
is
it's
about
okay.
being
You're
criminal.
criminals. You're just it's just you're self-aware of how horrible you're being. That makes it okay.
Yeah.
We're criminals.
That doesn't make it okay.
Really?
It's still morally gray at that point.
I know.
Yeah,
We are the wokest criminals.
yeah. Like I don't know anyone that thought we were the good guys in this story, but no, the good guys
No,
are the
your
ghost
introduction
police
was you
that
blowing
save
up a bunch of
everyone
people.
from the ghost apocalypse.
Yes.
I don't think
the
there's
ghost
any good guys
police
in this story.
that you stole from and
Yes, and
killed a couple of.
will overthrow.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Or at least hamper to the point of them not being any effective at all.
Yeah,
The water demons are
hamstring-
helpful. We have
Yeah.
control.
Yeah.
So the broad strokes plan is start demon invasion, hamstring the ghost wardens, watch them suffer and die. Like that's the broad strokes plan.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah,
I call it social sadism.
So you guys, you carved out territory. You found like a nice sniper's nest, basically, and now you've encouraged and put out the call for any surviving lamplacks to come over here and join you guys and forsake their previous lamp blackiness and join you.
Yeah, we extradited a couple non-local businesses to make space for our welcoming lamp-black companions.
Yep. You are accepting of those who do not wear the red sash.
Mhm.
We just tore down their barber shop, but it's fine.
We don't discriminate against like any person, but if you're wearing the wrong fashion, we'll kill you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd like to appropriate the red fashion. I mean, we've already got it in Phoenix a bit. Let's just have everyone on our side wear red bandanas and we'll be good.
Oh, so they lose their identity.
Instead of calling them red sashes, we call them maroon bandoliers. we create maroon bandoliers and we're good.
Then you name a
This
football team after
is
the Maroon
not
Bandoliers.
socially conscious. Those are cultural Eruvian garments, and you're appropriating them for your own benefit. And
Yeah, but
I
we
just
need
can't
to have a
stand
sports
for
team.
All right. Well,
Okay, this is going places.
Crime.
crime. So, I think, Zaid, are you in full Phoenix getup?
Of course. Why wouldn't I be?
Cool. Okay. And so you guys are defending this place for like a time, like around a week, to make sure that everything settles and is solidified. Like the Bluecoats, in the meanwhile, are trying to push into other parts of Crowsfoot, but they aren't looking to. You're kind of on the edge of it, so they're more trying to push into the middle. So they haven't been causing any trouble, but there's been like fighting. Between them and the Crows and remnants of other gangs, because there are other gangs that aren't just the Lampblacks and Red Sashes around. The Crowsfoots are trying to take control. The Crows, that is. But things have been pretty quiet on your end for the first day or two. I think the goals of your score, if I'm not mistaken, are A, to secure your own gang, and to drive away attackers, basically to get the turf. To get the turf.
Yeah, secure the turf, secure the gang.
And secure a gang. All right. So we're going to make some clocks for that. That will...
There are three-part clocks?
There are not three-part clocks, sadly. 4 is the smallest, but no, none of these are 4.
Then I think that would be the right size.
I disagree.
Okay. That's your opinion.
I'm gonna guess 4 or 6.
I think because you're also doing that, I think it'll be a 6 clock.
We do start in a controlled position.
You do, yes. Here we go. There's a 6 clock for securing the gang. And as for the others, it will be defeating any attacker, so it's not going to be a gang directly.
Might be multiple gangs, which means multiple -1.
Well, I meant it's not going to be its own clock. It's to just get this place nailed down. It's going to be a clock or clocks about defeating an attacker or a group of attackers or things like that.
Yeah. And we do have a gang helping us. They're not ours.
You already do have a small group of people.
We have the boxing lady.
You have a small gang led by a boxing lady.
We have the women's MMA club come to back us up, and we're gonna win because they're cool pugilists.
So recruit a gang will be a 6 clock. That's here. You guys can do that as well. But I think the first thing, like, I think it's probably pretty early into the stint. There might be a few scenes over the course of about a week, as you defend this territory. But I think, Zaid, you are, I assume, on the sniper's nest, keeping a lookout. And you see amongst the, like, there's distant fighting. There's maybe a fire or two, like, way past your turf, like, elsewhere in Crowsfoot. But you see, something catches your eye, and you think you see movement. Just down one of the alleys that lead into this part of town, where it's like someone might have just, like, tried to slip across very quickly and trying to stay out of your sight. And then as you watch, you see another just, like, flit of a shadow, another movement from the same place.
I said the bird, not close enough to get belled, but close enough to see.
Okay, so like high above.
High above. I just want to see if there's people and if they have certain maroon bandoliers.
Okay. That sounds like you were trying to survey the area. Why don't you... let me switch to...
Or, I would argue hunt, because gather information about a target's location and movements.
You can use hunt. I would say the effect would be limited, though, because this would primarily be like survey is taking a look around. I think survey is watching. Hunt is like you're following the single person that you already saw, instead of looking around the general area. So I think this would be limited.
Yeah, survey does say understand what's going on.
Yeah, you can totally use hunt. It would just be less effect by default.
I think
like a
I have
fine
3
scope
in
or
hunt.
something like that.
I do have a fine rifle, but my spyglass is not fine. Neither is my pet.
Okay.
He's only potent against spirits.
Yeah.
What exactly would limited effect mean in this instance? Like,
You saw multiple shadows or multiple sources of movement from the same location. You would probably only gather a lot of information on one of them.
okay, I think I'm gonna use hunt, but I'm gonna push myself for
Okay.
effect.
Fair. So no devil's bargain. Do you let anyone know about this or not yet? Like no one would be helping you, or is anyone up there with you?
Yeah, I mean that would be up to them. I assume in my mind, if we're locking down this territory, like Zayd would just have been set up here. Like there's probably like he's not
There's probably
unused to
like
this. He
food
probably,
and stuff like there.
there's
Yeah.
a food, a cot. Like he probably like slept here.
Okay.
That's up to other people if they want to be there.
We've been here a couple days, right?
It's probably
think so.
been a day and a half or so. Yeah, you've been camped out, so you could be in the middle of doing stuff that you had started when you set up.
No, I was going to say that one of the first things I think Brian would think of is putting up some kind of warning system from the people that are on the up top, like Zayd, who can see, versus the people that are like downstairs ready for a fight.
Yeah,
that does make sense.
Up with me.
Flash paper posters.
Or just a string with a bell, you know?
That works too. Or my
just an
cool
alarm
poster
bell.
plan.
Okay.
Yeah, I think depending on how this roll goes, he might just pull that bell. Like,
okay, so after.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what.
So, I assume controlled.
Yeah, you guys will start in a controlled position, and because you push yourself, your effect is standard.
Okay. And I'm just gonna roll it.
Do it.
Ooh.
Okay. All right.
Should get more sleep.
Oh, those are the wrong numbers.
Yes,
those
they
are the wrong numbers.
Yeah.
So you I think you still I'm gonna say you still see them, but you see them as from multiple. I think you see like some on your left and some on your right. Two groups of about like 3 people. They don't seem to be wearing red sashes or anything that's obvious, though some of them do have swords, but none of them are wearing the typical red sash. Like seems like on a signal they start rushing from 2 different alleys towards your tower. Some of them are you can see some of them start like reaching forward, and like one of them takes out a contraption of sorts, and throws it at your tower. Which, as it hits the tower, it explodes. Doesn't crumble the tower or anything like that. It's not that strong. But it does, in fact, start a small fire on the side of the tower, that will quickly spread if undealt with. And you guys are put into a risky position as the attack begins. And yeah, these 2 gangs start like rushing towards the tower and like not going into through the fire, but they start looking around for anyone, getting into like I think that right now from your position, you can, if you like lean down to shoot them and put yourself a bit at risk, you can probably still fight them from up there, but they're trying to get in too close for you to shoot them.
Okay. I have rung the bell.
Yeah, everyone else hears this. Those who are, of course, think you would be like in the tower, most nearby, can jump up, grab your weapons.
I'd probably be nearby and not just like hanging out in the tower.
Okay.
I'd be in the tower at the bottom floor, actually guarding or whatnot. So I'm rather curious as to how many doors there are.
I think, like, again, you had a day and a bit. I don't even think we necessarily need to do a flashback because sort of that day and a bit was part of the score. If there's anything that you did before then, sure. But, like, shoring up defenses or trying to block all of the doors except one, because it isn't meant for defense.
We say tower, but it's more like a townhouse where there's a front door and a back door that leads to an alley.
That is correct. No, it's not meant for defense. It's just a bunch of houses.
It's just the tallest house.
That's exactly what it is. And so if you want to, you could just put furniture or boards in front of many of the doors to block them.
Assuming there's only one easy way into this building.
Okay. I think this might be. Well, you decide what you're using to block the doors. I think.
Okay.
It might be Tinker. It could be. I don't think it's Wreck. This is the opposite of Wreck in a way, but we'll check the definitions.
Oh my.
I
can give this one a shot, but I've got 0 dots on both, so this could be fun.
I'm trying to see what else it could be.
Yeah.
Tinker doesn't seem right.
Well, Tinker's Tinker with mechanisms to create, modify, disable, or repair. So
pick a lock, crack a safe, use the ubiquitous clockwork and electroplasmic devices around the city. It's not for hauling junk around.
I was honest.
It might be survey for uncovering weaknesses and then effectively dealing with that after.
I honestly would argue skirmish, because skirmish with opponent, close combat, assault or hold a position.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, it does specifically.
It could be a skirmish setup action, basically.
Yeah, you're setting up with skirmish
so that they don't
presumably skirmish.
Yeah.
Skirmish setup action.
It says hold a position, and that's a way back, because you're right. Wreck is the opposite of that. Wreck is explicitly breach defense.
Yeah. Yep. I think skirmish is the only one that explicitly says defense in some instance, right? It's hold a position, even though it's probably more often used to be I'm holding this doorway from the guys trying to get in, right?
Yeah,
less putting barricades in,
or shield wall hold the position.
Yeah.
I think that can fit. That's the best one we have right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can do a setup action to board up things and you're at the bottom floor, so they're
try and make it so that there's one easy way in and that there's some level of there.
And their bomb definitely might have rattled stuff, so you'd be in a risky position for how well those will hold.
Okay.
And I think this will be it's a setup action, so actually effect doesn't matter.
Okay, then let's just go with risky. I don't think that this is something I care enough about to push.
All right.
Oh.
Is anyone there to help you when you were boarding these up? Do you get anyone's help, or do you just kind of do it?
I would be happy for help if anyone wants.
The gang. You have the gang with you.
You do have the gang.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You could
just
actually
keep a couple of them around case, when I was boarding this up.
You could use command if you wanted to command them to do it.
No, I'm good to stick with skirmish. Same thing. Yeah. And I'm fine with doing it myself, too.
Okay. I'm checking. I think if you're participating with the gang, you just roll that, but you have better stuff. I'm double checking that. This is the first time we've had to use a gang.
Yeah,
we better get used to those rules because if we have a gang, we're gonna be
using.
Okay. I'm assuming Adrix.
It's a group action. Okay, so the gang doesn't help you with a +1. They help you by making it a group action between yourself and them. So you would take a stress for if they fail, or if you fail for the group action, and they will roll their tier, or in this case, their scale, which is, I'll check it. I think it's 1. So
I'm not sure if we have tier for this random cohort that didn't.
Tier is also based on their scale and size for gangs, and they are a small gang, which is the equivalent of
Yeah, the roll to get that gang was a crit, so I don't know if that affects
the crit
it.
got you the gang at all. What you were going to get was just
so
one
it's the
NPC.
lowest level of gang.
Yeah, so it'll be. I think normally she would kind of be her own thing. Let me think. I'll make it 2 dice because she is like a fairly elite.
She's like
fighter, so it'll be a gang of elite, a small gang of elites, or a very small gang of elites. 2 dice.
There we go. Okay,
you can group action with them. If you
her and her dojo.
And just as we figure this out, what is the difference between a group option and command? It looks like.
If you command, they are the one doing it, and you are overseeing it. If you group action, you are participating in it with them, rather than just telling them to do it.
Guess trying to figure out what the dice difference is here. I don't think there is any.
Because your command and skirmish are the same.
Group action's 2 more dice, basically.
Yeah.
Then
and
sure.
Stress on the line.
And
Yeah.
but there's more stress on the line.
Yeah, if you just command, there's
It actually
not
says
really. Well,
on using a cohort. It actually says that either way, even if you are commanding, it's still a group action.
oh,
It says, yeah, when you can oversee the maneuver by leading group action. If
Oh,
you're
well, it
directing
doesn't
them with
matter.
orders, you'll command. If you're not directing them with orders, but you're participating, you roll whatever other action it is. So it's the only exception where you are not rolling the same action that they are, even though they're not rolling an action. It's the
Okay.
only exception
So-
group to it has to be the same action.
got it.
So if you had to command a group to tinker, you'd be in a better position to command them rather than group action.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so glad to get that out of the way early.
Yep.
Yes, I will roll my 2 dice, and then I guess we'll roll 2 dice for them.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope they do better than me.
They got a 5.
There's a 5.
Okay. So you
That
take
is
1
still
stress.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think over the course of the time they spent some time boarding up some of the places. I think it's risky. So risky for this case. I think when the bomb, I think specifically Adric, you're put into a desperate position. When the bomb goes off, a lot of what they used was like wooden supports, wooden furniture, that's what was found here. And you can see that the fire has primarily spread into this bottom floor near you.
Okay.
Some of the places, some of the furniture or the fortifications, they aren't broken, but they're just on fire, which takes a bit longer for that to destroy it. And you can hear like footsteps from the attackers coming around to, I assume it's like the back door furthest away from this area, most in the center. That's probably the one entrance point, and even that's probably like well guarded and defended. They're on their way there. They're like just coming around the corner now. Is your gang still with you?
No. I probably have been like sending them out for outer perimeter and find any extra spare people.
All right, so they're on their way after they hear the bell ring.
Yeah.
They're coming in. And then I'm curious, Grine and Hicks, where you two are during all this.
Well, for the past, since we got here, I'm figuring Grind's been fortifying the position a little bit with some traps.
Ah!
Excellent.
Okay. So you're gonna
yeah. Mostly drown powder, because I think that will be scary for people if they see everyone like just get covered in a fine dust and start choking and writhing on the ground, not able to breathe.
Nice.
Intimidation.
So then, yeah, I think I can see this as like a sort of a one free flashback for everyone for the time they've spent here. So you can just have placed some traps in the very place that these people are coming.
Ooh, I also have a trap. Mine's sillier and not chemical.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask if it was
It's not chemicals.
the lift oil, where they just
Did-
run in
did
and
I
go,
alre-
"Ah!"
Just
Did I
punji
already
sticks,
use
isn't
mine?
it?
No, you did not.
It's a
Okay, I have a
distraction.
great idea for mine when it comes to it.
It is a distraction, and it is basically when they get close enough. There's a line that Hicks pulls, and it pulls up a bunch of like laundry lines that he has draped like human-shaped cloth on. He pulls them up, and now they're just like flapping it everywhere, just to fill the like little like cornered in like. There's like a little wall in like another building near us. It's not an isolated building, so when they get to the front door.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get in to the only entrance. Now it's filled with cloth people. To their
That's
restricts
very
vision
disturbing.
to immediately around them. Yeah, it's dumb. It's silly. It doesn't matter. I'm really good at distractions now.
It's. I'm imagining they go to try and unlock the door. It's locked. They turn around and there's just mannequins.
Yeah,
But it's
suddenly
basically a bunch of
mannequins.
and it restricts their field of view. So I don't know. Maybe a gang of thugs could run through them and beat them up.
Okay.
That's a good ambush setup action, I think. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, if they're choking from drown powder and then there is cloth vetting, they don't know what's going on, they get taken out real fast. It's
All right. I'm going to make a thing. Defeats the attackers. It will also be an 8 clock.
cool.
An 8 or a 6 o'clock.
Oh, my bad. That is a 6. I meant you have a gang. A gang will not actually change the clock size, so it'll be an 8. But it will help
Yeah.
you with
Fill it.
filling it more.
Yeah. So for no reason whatsoever, I should start this train of rolling. So I can roll for the cloth mannequins, and then Grind can roll for his drown powder trap, and then the gangs can roll to pummel.
Yeah, we can do this.
Yeah. But I should roll first for no reason. So everyone gets 1 dice if I roll first.
Okay, roll first.
Yeah.
All right.
This is Chaos Bard. This is how this game works now. Am I controlled or am I risky?
I think you're in a risky position still.
Okay.
In this case, they are still. Things can still go wrong now that these guys are here, and now that they've been able to get close enough to the tower to shoot people if need be.
What's the effect is still standard?
I'm not clear what you're trying to do by distracting them. This sounds like a setup action. If it is setup, then effect doesn't matter.
Kind of a setup, but I don't know. It's weird. I guess it's a setup.
I'm thinking if you're distracting them while other people attack them, this feels like setup.
It's creating chaos is the intent via distraction.
Okay, so it's more you're trying to
creatively wreck the area.
Well,
yes,
yeah, distract
I'm wrecking their field of vision.
It doesn't feel. I would say it's limited. I know wreck. I'm just saying I'm not sure the mannequins will do a lot directly to like.
Well, just think about this. Here's my pitch. There's fire. They know they're attacking a fortified position. Now they've lost their field of vision.
Okay, where are the mannequins exactly? Are they like right?
Well, they're draped
between them and the front door, so it's just like strings with cloth on them, but they're spread out, so they can't really see around them.
Yeah,
so the point is that they don't know, they can't see around them, and there's just human-like shapes. So when humans walk through them, they're not as noticeable.
Okay, I was not picturing the same thing. I thought they were like in the building or not actually.
No. Okay, that's why it's not string, so it's cheap and can burn.
Yeah. That is a good idea. I still think it would be limited. Like, it is causing disorganization, but you're not hurting any of them. It definitely will do something.
Limited is fine,
I say limited, yeah. Limited effect.
Yeah, limited effect is fine. So limited effect would be like 1 tick.
It'll be 1 tick on the clock, yeah.
Yeah, all right, that's totally fine. The bigger thing is it gives everyone dice who plays off of it.
You can help them if you want to. Oh, your ability.
I paid for a new ability just to do this.
That's fine. You can totally do that. I didn't know you had that ability, or I saw it but didn't read it in full.
Remember, yeah.
Yep, you can totally do that.
Yep, all right, limited effect. I get a die. And I roll. I got a 5.
All right, awesome.
Wait a minute. This misdirectionally gives you die according to this.
It doesn't
text.
give other people the dice. It gives you the dice.
The bonus die applies to any rolls
you make while deploying or employing, including other rolls of yours that are assisted or made possible by the distraction.
Oh, shoot.
It totally does help you. And you still confuse them enough.
I definitely read that as...
Yeah, I did too before.
I remember we talked about it before.
Check it in the book, because there might be more of a description in the book.
I will double check it now, but it's...
Yes.
I'll do that.
You drop that on, and yeah, so some of them, like... Yeah, they try to go up. They try to, like... I don't think even try the door. They try to, like, shoulder push down the door. It's, of course, like... I don't think it budges in one thing, and then they just drops down these mannequins, and they just like swear and turn around and have their sabers, and I think they probably, I think they're going to retreat, but not into like, I think that they're going to disperse and hide amongst the nearby buildings instead of just rushing in like they were originally planning. So I think I think whoever's watching, like Zaid, you see them. They're like among the mannequins. They just like point, and the nearest window on the other side of the alley, they just like break it open, and start jumping through it into that other house. Grind, you were laying a trap for them as well.
Yes. Wondering if I should change my tactic a little bit here. Huh.
You could change it to you've trapped the buildings immediately surrounding our building.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. I didn't want to be like, I'm going to metagame and be like, nope, there's explosives in there. But,
well, that's literally what Blades is about.
Yeah, and
flashback. I did this.
Yeah. But yeah, I think definitely there are. I think the reason that they got into those buildings so easily is because it was easy for them to get into on purpose.
Yeah. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So what do they find waiting for them in there?
I mean,
bombs.
I'm going to say that whatever the windows and doors were trapped to fuses. And yeah, there's explosives all through those buildings.
Fire.
So what you're saying is we're getting a lot of heat today.
Yes. Only heat. The hottest of heats.
right.
I looked it up and I was wrong. It's correct on the text I copied.
Okay.
I don't know why I read it wrong, because I took the ability specifically because I wanted to be able to pass out the die.
Okay.
Like, that was the whole...
Let's talk about it
after
after
we can
the
figure it out
score.
later,
See
but
if
I
you want to
was
switch.
wrong on my reading of it.
Okay. All right. So, Ryan, are you tinkering to have prepare some bombs or wrecking?
Wrecking.
All right.
Wrecking. Wreck a place or item with savage force. I think this applies.
Yep. There's the ominous ticking as they look down and their faces all go white.
Still risky, I assume.
It is still risky. I don't think it's less effect here. Specifically, you have these are bombs. I think I will offer Devil's Bargain though, if you want to fill a tick on out of supply to use more of your bombs.
What are we at on that? 3 of 6?
It's at 1 out of 6 right now. Actually,
it's at 1 out of 6.
I would be okay with it because you've seen how well 3 dice goes for us sometimes. You always want more dice.
Yeah.
And we're not that
I don't think anyone's going to say no or stop you here.
Okay, then yeah, I'll take some out of our own supply and do this, and we can use it as good PR because look how good those buildings blew up.
Yeah,
we're getting by on our own supply now.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Why don't you?
All right. So the effect is standard then or limited?
This will be standard, I think.
Standard.
Yeah. Okay. The size of the gang doesn't matter when it's a bomb, so it's all good.
I'm wondering if I should reduce that down to limited for just collateral damage wise. Like, you know,
I don't think
put bombs in there that are anti-personnel, not like anti.
I think in terms of effect, it'll just be intent. The greater the effect doesn't necessarily mean the bigger the explosion. Just the better it is at specifically taking out the people.
Okay.
Yeah,
they're doing what you want to do.
They're hot. They're flashbangs. They're hot. They're loud.
Yeah.
They're disorienting.
There might be some magnesium chunks.
Yeah, it might be some magnesium chunks, but it doesn't like take out the roof.
You know, white phosphorus. You know, just go nuts.
It's not good, but it's better than.
It's
fire.
better than getting the foundation on our ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, so that is a 6.
6. Nice. Okay.
Almost
So yeah, they scatter, take cover at the last second. One of them is caught in the blast and it doesn't get to cover in time. The rest of them still have scratches and are disoriented. But the one of them, they, I think, just get like knocked. The closest one, like it's just knocked to the ground, takes the blast full on, doesn't get back up again. And you've all had our flashbacks. I think
gang goes.
the gang is on their way. They were on the edges doing perimeter, so I think they'll be a bit.
Okay.
But both Zaid and Adric were close by. If you guys want to do something,
they're now in the other building.
They're in like the building across from the alley, so they're like still quite close. Jump through a window, so it's pretty easy to get to them. If you want to go through your only door.
Out from around your barricades.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that sounds like a good idea. I'll scamper over the barricades in through the window quickly, and then basically they're still kind of like cowering behind different things, right?
Yeah, they just are recovering now from the explosion. Some of them are like rubbing like surface shrapnel wounds. Some of them have armor on that you see, so it managed to absorb some of it.
In which case, I'm going to do the same thing I did at the bar. I'm going to basically have that battle axe, well, different weapon, and incapacitate as many of them as I can as quickly as I can, and we'll see how well that goes.
Are you trying for a non-lethal with a battle axe?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Yes,
checking
like
what you meant by
non-lethal battle
incapacitated.
Any
axe.
of them who are alive, I'll work with after.
All
but
right, so
It's
lumberjack
actually a
Adric.
Nerf battle axe. That's why it's
we're going for intimidation here.
Okay, so
you're just not hacking off large arteries and things. You're going for the extremities,
Going for the
things that are
limbs.
easily repaired.
Yeah, you go for the
Hands
kids
like a
with a battle axe, and they come out. Yeah, they come out.
Okay. They're going to try and, of course, fight you back. So you can choose whether to skirmish or command. But if you skirmish them first, then your special ability will kick in for command.
Yeah, I'm going to skirmish them first.
All right. You're just alone here against a gang, so by default, you would have limited effect.
I'm going to use the not to be trifled with, push myself to engage a small gang in equal footing.
Nice. All right. So
And I
yeah,
think you still get the benefits of pushing yourself too.
it's a. I was told both. Yes, you actually get to push yourself for both the either extra effect or +1 die, plus the
And that
treat yourself
ability.
as a small gang.
Oh, that's
Oh,
really nice. I didn't know
That
that.
is beautiful.
I
Okay.
think all of the push yourself abilities are like that.
Yeah, when you push
So,
yourself, you get to also do this.
Here's a question.
Might take that next.
If you have multiple of those abilities, can you like push yourself to do ability 1 and 2 and push yourself?
I will figure that out later.
I'm gonna think no,
I'm gonna think no.
I
as
would
well.
think no, but
especially
If you
because
could
the
do-
push yourself ability I get is fire. Seems weird. You could push yourself to create fire, and then you could push yourself to fight as a small gang. That gets a lot.
I'd say it's probably
Suddenly you are a dragon.
Yeah.
I'm changing my backup character. Hold on.
Marissa, do you want to put
Dragon.
the not to be trifled with text in chat?
Pardon me?
You can
Oh, yes.
Yeah, just hit the little bell. It pops up.
There we go.
Like you guys on YouTube, you should hit the bell.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Okay,
I
so
quit.
I
I'm done here. Good night, everybody.
So we're starting with desperate position. You said standard effect. Can I use the setup action to push that to great effect and the push yourself to get another die?
You've left your fortifications, so I don't think you can use the setup action, but it is still there waiting for anything that's going on in that building.
Fair enough.
Um,
In which case, I'll still keep standard there and just use the bonus die.
perfect.
Ooh, yeah.
All right.
Still good.
Mixed.
All right,
Better-
so-
That XP?
Yeah.
Oh wait, was it supposed to be great effect?
No, I took the extra die because the setup action didn't kick in.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yep.
You still get
And for
XP,
some
though.
reason, I thought the die might be more worth it on this one.
Well, were you in a desperate position just from leaving the fortification, or was that still risky?
You push
I
yourself
was-
to desperate. It was risky by default, is actually what it would have been.
So
I
it would have
thought
been
that last time we were at desperate because of the outcome of the fire and whatnot.
no.
that
That was
went it
risky.
from
Yeah.
controlled to risky.
Ah,
So that would have been desperate. Great if you wanted to push it to desperate.
I still would have pushed it to desperate, yeah.
Okay, so desperate no
Okay.
matter what, and then great effect. So you do succeed on great effect. Is that's 5. You fill the clock already.
Take them down.
So Adric just mows down the rest of them
Yeah.
while I'm up in my sniper tower, like, fuck.
Yeah,
I just
you,
run away.
yeah. You see Adric enter, and not a moment later, there's just screams.
The camera's just on my face, and I go pale.
Oh yeah, we don't. The camera doesn't follow.
Yes, and you can tell. I don't think you can immediately tell, but these were the remains of the red sashes. They had removed the red sash. They were still fighting with like swords, and I think that they are still able to. I think one of them especially, she is like fighting you and able to like use her sword and sidestep your axe once or twice before you kill her, and she gets you. I think she actually deals you level 3 harm, which, unless you resist her armor, would be a pretty bad gash.
I will both armor and resist there.
All right.
Okay, and resist is this thing.
It would be prowess, I think, right?
Yeah, and no bonus dice. So
Mhm.
let's see how that goes.
Okay, you take 2
Fours.
stress.
We like fours.
Mhm.
Yep.
All right, and down to no actual problems.
Level
Yay.
1, which you can ignore. So yeah, you're dealt merely a flesh wound. Yeah.
Merely a wound to your
around
flesh.
on your one leg.
Killed
Yeah, it doesn't
5.
matter.
Flesh wound. Yeah.
Yes, and Zaid, as you turn back from this, you start to smell there's a stronger rising scent of smoke in the air as the fire continues to spread downstairs. The gang has arrived back now. I think I think they don't immediately start yelling fire and grabbing buckets. They're fighters, not firefighters. So they start trying to find one of you guys. So I think they probably just call up to you, Zaid, not knowing you're Zaid, I think. So they just say, like, Phoenix! Everything good here? Looking at, I think, what was your contact's name? She's the one speaking.
Marlene.
Marlene? Okay. Yeah, Marlene calls up to you, Phoenix. And
I peek over the edge like the Frenchman in Monty Python, and I look at her, and I look at the fire, and I go, "No, this is fine. Everything's fine.
Okay.
Could you please put out the fire?"
Oh, all right. Yeah, hold on. And they start trying to find like they don't have plumbing unless you're like a noble here, so they try to find a well and grab some buckets.
Well, no,
We're holding the canal.
There's not home plumbing, but they have city fountains.
They do have
neighborhood fountains and stuff. That's what neighborhood fountains are for.
You're right. In Crow's Foot, I think many of them would be in disrepair.
Well, they have to get water somewhere, and that's where they would get it from, is a fountain or a well.
Yeah, they're looking for like a well or something like that.
There's usually one like in every little neighborhood area. That's how medieval cities were designed.
You're not wrong, but in this district, because it's run by gangs, it's probably there is still like some stuff like that. Some people would keep it in repair there, but it's less regular.
We're gonna fix that as soon as possible for fire safety.
Of course.
First thing we're doing, installing a fountain.
So they're gonna start working on the fire. Does anyone want to join them or help them? Grind, you want to do a thing?
I'm just pointing out. If you look at the Crow's Foot details, years of murder have made this the most haunted district. Angry ghosts crave bloodshed here. You may take a devil's bargain for plus 1d for violent action, but the ghosts will lash out too.
Okay, so keep that in mind. If you ever want to do anything there.
Horrifying.
Curiosity on the gang as they were sent out to recruit more people and like guide them back here. Was there anyone, or are they just called back way too fast?
I was told they were doing perimeter. I thought they were guarding the perimeter, not looking for other gang members. Am I wrong?
If miscommunication there, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does anyone join them or command them to put out the fire?
I don't have command.
You could just help. Like you can literally just do it with them, and you'll just roll that skill. Which in this case,
it's a weird one.
It's a fire skill. I think it might be either prowl for running or finesse for. I'm not sure.
Anti-wreck.
Anti-wreck.
Hang on, let me check something here real quick.
Wreck the fire.
I could see it. Wreck a place item or obstacle with savage force or carefully applied sabotage.
Could I liquid wreck it
with a fire hose?
I'm gonna say yes because there's nothing else right now.
There's nothing else.
Liquid wreck. Yes, that's what I do. So I would like to assist with this.
I'm gonna make a clock for the fire. It'll be half full. If it reaches empty, then the fire is out, and if it fills, then the fire has grown out of control for the tower.
Yeah, I would like to wreck the fire via bucket brigade.
All right, that is a group action.
Yes,
that is a standard effect. So if you succeed, you can just take it out.
This is controlled.
This is risky. The risk is, of course, the fire spreads and starts being a real danger to the tower.
I don't get a bonus die, but the gang rolls 2.
Gang will roll 2. Yep. So, do you want them to roll first, or do you want to roll first?
I'll roll first. I'm already here.
Okay. As for Devil's Bargain, it's been a while. Do you think you want to put one more tick on Hicks's free semester ends? It is an 8 clock, and it's only 2 full.
Yeah, I figured I needed to do that anyway to take up this week. So this would the Devil's Bargain would be like the talking to these guys and talking about like here's how we keep the neighborhood and stuff and safety briefings. You know, we're a union. We care about safety standards for all of our workers, temporary or not. And we went over how to properly assemble a bucket brigade.
Here is the fire bucket brigade.
Listen,
this is how this works.
Our union code.
Marlene, partway through this, puts her hand on your shoulder. It's like, listen, we came here for a fight, not for a lecture. All right, kid?
I splash her with the bucket. Because we had an effective bucket game practice line, and then I roll it.
Okay, fun. Okay, they once again do it despite you.
I take 1 point of
this
stress.
gang is helping for
they really
our
are
failures.
You take
the one person you don't want to throw
stress.
water on is the MMA fighter lady. That's what you did.
Yeah. She's just gonna look better kicking your ass soaking wet. Like
pretty much. This is how that works.
Yep. I think they put out the fire and things are good. After that, Adric, the fire has been put out. After that, Adric, they approach you, assuming that you're, possible to find.
I wandered out of the building again, heading back to our place. We'll just leave the bodies where they're found.
Yeah, and Marlene calls out to you, Adric, hey, approaches, followed by her 2 or 3 friends. Listen, I think we're gonna head out. We planned on being here for a bit, and there was a fight, but not a whole week or something. Not for much longer, but yeah, we didn't see anything else going on. There were a few. Everything was good. Most of the people are staying in their homes, but yeah, basically she's just saying she's gonna leave and leave the rest of the score to you, unless you want to stop her.
More gonna ask if she saw any people, anyone. I guess.
I think she'll say not anyone who shouldn't be there, just some more of your crew.
We do have crew cash if you just want to drop gold on her to make her stay.
No, I think I'm gonna go with, you said you'd be here for this. You can't go yet. I'm going for command.
I don't think you even need to say anymore. She just looks at you while she's deciding. I think this will be risky. You still she did promise, or she did say she would be there. And yeah, I think by default this will be limited effect. Only she will stay. Her gang will take off unless you push yourself or do something else.
Fair. Any Devil's Bargains?
We can fill the clock for Castellan barging into the HQ.
I want that scene so bad.
We're not there.
It wouldn't happen immediately. It would happen after the score.
Quick smash cutaway to Castellan kicking in the door. Not crickets.
All right, where are you guys? It's just empty.
Let's take it.
Excellent.
All right. So risky standard means I get to keep the big gang for the Devil's Bargain there.
Yes.
Or wait, can I use the Devil's Bargain to push that up?
It is limited. Devil's Bargain can only be used for dice, unlike pushing.
Okay. In which case,
do you want to decline and push yourself instead?
no. Let's desperate standard.
All right. So
there we go.
Yeah, I think what does this look like? Do you just after when she pauses and is still deciding, do you yell some more?
Not yell some more, but kind of just bring the axe back and start wiping.
Oh, okay.
Just get dangerous about it.
All right.
Intentionally, but also.
Yes. Now, unfortunately for you, they did not actually see you commit violence,
No,
so you don't get that die.
It's very depressing. My camera cut away.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's see how well
Damn
that goes.
editors screwing you out of your bonus die.
Okay. Let's see
If
how
this-
it goes. 5.
Okay.
Okay.
That's 5.
Okay, so I think they're gonna stay, but they're gonna talk about you afterwards. I
Punch you right in the face.
No,
Does she now not like you?
no. They're gonna talk about you afterwards, and people are gonna
Marl-
overhear, and
Oof.
I'm gonna fill
Oh,
3
that's a bad
ticks
clock.
on
That's
Mercy
a bad
fighting
clock.
Adric. They know you well, and you are a kid holding a battle axe.
Covered
So-
in blood.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
So
well, they're
disgruntled and
staying-
intimidated, they stay. All of them.
I'm basically telling them, okay, you said you were going to be here. I don't need you guarding this. I need you to be finding people who want to join us. I don't care if they're a bit beaten up. You can have your fight. I just need them back here and ready to join.
All right, we can do that. What should we tell them? Just like, hey, there's a fight?
Tell them the Fusewrights union's recruiting.
Okay, we can do that.
Forcefully. And that's something that I'll actually join them on if it's outright.
Sure, absolutely. Is anyone
I'm
else
sure
joining them?
downstairs is booby trapped.
I can help in the form of forms, and
Yes.
I've
So
heard
you
that the
come
forms
along
and
with our like
pens.
recruiting party.
I have the clipboard with the brochures. I have the satchel with the sign-up forms.
Perfect. What skill
Folder
are we
with the
all
dental
using
plan.
Oh, I'm still going with command here. It's a level of, okay, you can join now or you can die.
As a reminder, both Hicks and Adric need to use the same skill.
Aww.
No, I was helping.
If Adric's command,
Oh, you're
I was
helping.
trying to help.
Okay,
Yeah, I
you're
was
helping.
helping.
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh,
You
right.
can give it a 1.
And if
die.
we're
I was
commanding the gang to go and do this, would that not be then just a group action and he can...
Yeah, no, it will be a group action. That's why it would. You're commanding them to do it, or you're using command with them? Like, command can be used either way. You are joining the gang in commanding civilians, or you are commanding the gang to do it and then just kind of joining them along it. It does depend.
Sorry,
I
I'm
think really-
having a little bit...
they end
Go
up
ahead.
being the same thing anyway.
It's
Yeah,
the same
It does
do.
end up being the same thing. The gang itself, they are better at fighting than anything else, is the thing.
Okay, in which case, let's skirmish for the intimidation factor. And I'll be doing that with them.
Skirmish is not intimidating. Command is for intimidating.
Aww,
Yeah, it's
that's depressing.
command obedience with your force of personality, intimidate or threaten, lead an action with one of the crew's gangs. So the whole
Okay,
thing
then
is
I
one
think-
command roll
Yeah, I guess just one command roll.
Okay.
to do it, and I give you a bonus die
Yep. And I'll
With
roll for
form.
them to see
With
how it
form.
goes for them.
with like
Uh,
form.
Where are our inputs? Risky and standard?
In this case, you're back to controlled now that everything else has been dealt with.
Okay.
And the effect here, I think, command is limited for these folk.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll roll to see how good they do.
All right.
They got a 6. So I did 1 die less than normal because they're not fighting. But still, they got a 6, so they're doing quite well.
Yeah. And command limited, there's nothing I can really do to push that limited up.
You can, making it desperate.
You can also push
Oh, wait,
yourself because
is
you
it
haven't taken a
taking it
Devil's Bargain
down?
yet.
Because
Yeah.
you're at controlled right now, right?
Yeah, you're right.
You're at
So
control.
can you
so
push
can
it
do
down to risky to get additional effect?
Yes, you can still do
Yeah.
that.
That's probably
Okay.
the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down to
And-
risky in order to get a standard effect. Seems
And I could just see
reasonable.
this as you're being more aggressive than
Yeah.
before. Or like, no,
Aggressive
you're coming
recruiting.
with us. We're protecting
You are
you.
You are filling
You're-
out the form.
Yeah.
You're still
Don't present
shining the
two
battle
forms of
axe.
ID.
The battle axe is being held really carefully, as Hicks proffers
Yeah.
said.
There is literally still blood on it as you're cleaning it off, talking to them.
Okay.
Well, thank
so
you, gang,
ultimately
for
it's a
saving your
6. The gang is still just the best.
Real
I think
good
it's
at their
still
job.
1 stress, right?
Yes. So I think things are going pretty well for recruiting a gang. You get 2 ticks on it. And you get some people in, but I think a lot of the people say that, like, they are... A lot of them mention, like, they give you dirty looks, or like, they seem to mention things that don't seem to entirely make sense to you. Some of them mentioned that they don't want to be like they feel this is an extortion racket. That someone else, like, eventually it comes out that someone else came by recently claiming to be from the like Fusewrights Union. That wasn't any of you guys or any of your gang. And
Card-carrying member?
They didn't know about the card, didn't ask for a card. And they said they were a member of the Fusewrights Union, and they started basically asking for extorting them for money. Like, just not union fees, but like, we're here now, this is our turn.
Oh, we would never.
No, we just ask for union dues.
Union dues, making sure that you're holding to union rules, that you're only selling to partners of the Fusewrights
These guys are
Union,
like, yeah, sure. But they seem to, like, not really believe you. They think you're, like, thugs because of whatever impression was made on them by these people. Some of them you see actually have bruises. Nothing worse than bruises, but bruises from altercations with them.
Where did you last see these people?
See how well eye blind poison works at some point.
It was, I think, one of them says it wasn't earlier than this morning, I think. It was, they were by, like, probably it's let's say late afternoon that day. Yes, Zaid?
I would like to flashback because my bird was definitely flying around looking for people.
Okay, so you want to have picked them out of the crowd. Okay.
Yeah, because I assume if most people are sheltering in their homes at this time.
But it's not completely deserted. There are still people who, like, go to work or walk around. It's just not very busy.
But, like, this is, like, kind of like, I know this from, like, watching, like, sniper documentaries and shit. Like, when you set up in a place, you say, okay, Red Hat goes from point A to point B every weekday. That's probably where he works, right? So he probably, if we'd been there for long enough, he started setting that up or has that set up.
That's
so
fair. It's pretty early on
like,
to that, so it would be definitely a lot of effort. But you still could. Do you want to have scouted them out?
Yes.
Okay, this will be 1 stress for the flashback. This will be, I think, limited effect because you haven't been there for long enough to necessarily know people who should be there and who shouldn't. And this will be, I think, controlled. Like, it's just your bird being up there. Oh, wait, no. I'm wrong. This will be desperate, but I can't say why.
Oh, no. I know who it is, I think. So, it's going to be desperate but limited. I would like to use Hunt, but yeah, I would argue Hunt here because I'm essentially gathering information on targets and their movements.
Yep. I think that makes sense. You're not just like, what's going on? You're like, who are these specific people?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're finding the imposters.
Yeah, I think this will be, between everything going on, this is going to be desperate limited.
Is there any way to boost that without pushing myself?
There is no existing setup. There's no supernatural stuff here.
The safety that comes from good barricades? That setup should be used somewhere.
If you fight in the tower, that will come up. But I don't think that matters here.
Can I use my free setup for this in particular somehow?
You could. Well, yeah, you haven't used your flashback yet, have you? So you could just you could take the. It wouldn't be a stress flashback then. It would just be a free flashback.
Here's the problem. I'm still 2 stress away from, even without that. With this flashback, I'm 1 stress away.
Okay. I got nothing. I don't think you unless you want to try.
We're all running pretty hot here.
Yeah.
Use that, but using that setup action in order to be able to push. Like, we all rolled for our setup actions, so it's just doing that roll for it.
You could make this flashback a setup action for a current day non-flashback one, if you wanted to.
Yes, I would like to use this flashback to set up, like, if I get the message back, like, hey, someone's been walking around saying they're us.
Yeah, so
For me to go, yes.
Yeah,
This is
the
what I know about
flashback.
them.
The flashback
Aside
is your
from-
research period where you have your notebook with you, and now it's
Yeah.
They're
applying the
doing
knowledge.
this is what's going. Okay, that makes sense. So it'll still be desperate, but it's just set up in terms of effect.
So does effect matter in setup?
No. So you can just ignore effect for setup.
Does position matter in setup?
Yes.
So I'm ticking that insight. So desperate, I'll just leave it standard because it doesn't matter.
Okay.
3. I'm rolling like dog doodoo.
Well, mark your XP and
Big
duck and
numbers.
cover.
Oh, big numbers. Big numbers. Oh god.
Well, we want the desperate rolls, so you're helping there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait,
I don't even think you know what.
When you roll a desperate action, you get +1d to your roll if you also take -1 to any resistance roll against consequences.
You want to do that?
Where's the bell? Yes.
Okay.
I would have
roll
done
an
that
extra
because I forgot I had that ability.
Oh god, yeah. Don't do it all. You're like hanging off a building for this.
It's like, I can
Oh!
see him.
Get on the Phoenix.
Oh, you got it. You got it.
I was like with my notebook, but hanging upside down like a bat.
Your feet are wrapped around like a fire escape.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. So you have a setup to discover stuff. So I won't tell you anything directly and right now, but stuff that you will have discovered stuff that we'll find out as part of the role in the future.
Right.
Yeah, these people are definitely acting unusual. But yeah.
I've like noted down some unusual characters, but like unless I see them again or look for them again.
Yeah, and they're not coming back today, as what
Yeah.
I'll tell you. So you can spend the day talking about them, preparing for them if you want.
Well, while that's happening, I wanted to try to make a nice little display to hopes to bring people that are just like window shopping gangs.
Yeah.
I wanted to get all of the cool
Mom, I want to join a gang. Booth. Okay, we'll go shopping for a gang.
Pretty much. I want to get all of the cool swords that the losers tried to attack us with, and I wanted to prominently display them around a poster that I have pasted up all over the neighborhood.
They're not as nice as you expected. Many of them, they're nice, but many of them look damaged or they look battle worn. No, it looks like they haven't been cleaned in a bit. They were once much nicer than they are now.
That's fine. I'm just kind of like hanging them over our posters around this block, so people see them. They see that we win.
Hey Hicks, can I have one of those swords?
Sure.
Yes. Trophies.
All right. Yeah, there are 6 swords. You could take one.
Yeah.
Surrounded with 5 other posters, I'm going around and hammering swords up over the poster.
We've got some downtime. I'm probably sticking the bodies in.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Grind, are you up to anything while this is happening? Or is anyone helping?
Actually, yeah. Sort of, I guess, tangentially related to what Hicks is doing. I think Grind is setting up, going around to whatever power mechanisms or whatever are in the vicinity and like upgrading people's power and making life just generally easier for them, for people in the surrounding area, which includes us.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
it's also helping the townsfolk.
Yeah, make our neighbors like us, and we're better off.
That's fair. Do you guys want to do that as separate actions? I think it sounds like you're tinkering, and Hicks is consorting. I think.
Yes, I am consorting.
Okay, well, actually, couldn't be a group action because you're doing separate things. So, Hicks, do you want to start?
I'm rolling consort. I'm
Yep.
assuming it's controlled because I'm just like walking around and.
It is. Yep.
And you have sniper cover, so no one's sneaking up on you.
Exactly. I don't think any of the Devil's Bargains there makes sense.
I'm not looking for one.
Yeah, I can't think of one. Okay.
A standard effect?
Controlled and yeah, standard.
No bonus die. Roll. I got 5.
5. Nice. Okay. You fill the clock by 2. There we go. So I think let me double check what consequences can happen from this. I think actually what happens is you get some people, you get like some of them are much more happy to join you, but I think after this the well has started to run a bit dry. In the future you guys will have one less effect than normal to get people to join the gang. It's just most of the people who are actually quite willing are ready to join or have started signing up, and they'll get the papers back to you tomorrow. But yeah, they're there. The gang will officially have it at the end of the score. So yeah, just reduced effect for this instead. So instead of filling 2, you fill 1. Because the reduced effect applies to this specific like this roll. And
This roll has reduced effect. That
Yes.
seems totally fair.
Yes.
Oh, I see. So,
Yeah,
but
all of our
future rolls?
Future rolls might if you don't find a new way to convince them.
Yeah, new angle.
Regular recruiting won't work as well anymore.
This is this isn't door-to-door recruiting. This is signage. Signage is no longer an effective tactic. No one's walking around looking for a gang anymore.
No
People have to
one
be asked.
No one
one's coming
can
to the expo.
just be asked. Yeah, no one is
Yeah.
interested in joining a gang anymore.
Yeah, no one's actively looking. There's no one. We found all of the jobless thugs in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, the unemployment rate is now 0 here.
Yeah.
So we're
I'm
gonna have to
just
convince
curious
people
where
to
the
jump
lamp-
ship.
Exactly.
Just curious where the lampblacks are at. Like, that's what I've been sending the other people out to go find. But
The lampblacks, I think, have been there. Sorry, I meant to say that. The lampblacks have. You went to go find them and call them, but I didn't. That wasn't a main.
Yeah, they are the
Problem?
unemployed.
They are the people who are taking refuge in this area. They are the people who are kind of just not even just hiding out, but some of them are just living here. And they just want to be left alone. They've been beaten up and beaten down. So at least during the score, they're effectively civilians. They know they like can fight if they need to, but they're not.
fair enough.
They just saw their boss killed and their gang torn to pieces.
If we know that, I have a flashback idea, but I think Grind is next in line to go.
Grind was already doing something, so let's see.
Yeah, Grind, and then Adric, and then me.
If Adric is a thing, yes.
Yeah, I'm good to CTU there.
Okay.
Grind, what are you up to? You're cleaning up.
I am
those-
fixing infrastructure so people like us and like us being here.
Nice. Okay, that's smart. I think I don't see any issues with this at all. I think this is still controlled. I think this will be again limited effect because there's a difference between thanks and I'm going to quit my job for you.
Okay, I'll toss my fine tinkering tools in to up the effect.
Okay. Perfect. So standard effect, controlled position. Things are quiet right now.
Yeah,
Too
we'll see what
quiet.
happens when I fuck up this roll.
Yeah,
Let's see
that's
here.
fine.
This probably takes you like the rest of the day
Sure.
as you
Yeah.
go around
Yeah.
doing these things. doing these events.
Any possible devil's bargains here? Like maybe I'm taking power from other people and they don't quite like it. I don't know.
There is an obvious clock here.
The out of supply one is the grind's involvement with Heartcom.
Hmm.
Yeah?
I could see.
This guy knows how to tinker with
If
shit.
you're walking around going door to door in a neighborhood.
Yeah, I could see either or out of supply or involvement with Heartcom. If you are open to either of those, you can pick.
Well, I mean, let's just make both of the nasty clocks one takeaway. Why not?
I got a solution to one of them. You're just not okay with it.
Mhm.
All right.
So that's one bonus die. All right. And 5. Thank
5.
God.
Nice. So 2 ticks go by on recruiting the gang. And I think... Ooh, controlled position. I think it doesn't make sense for these. No, I'm going to take auto supply by 1. Even though there's like violent ghosts around here, I don't think Sierra would be like, oh, I'm going to join these violent ghosts on a whim. I think it just costs some of your parts. Okay. Zaid.
Yeah, it was more complicated than you thought. Like, you didn't think you would need all of this stuff.
Well, some of them were not just
need
some of them just need replaced parts or were completely busted, and yeah.
And to be fair, the Crow's probably not great with preventative maintenance.
No.
Yeah. My flashback idea was if some of these guys are hurt and that's making them be like, you know what, I think I'm done with the scoundrel life. I have a doctor friend who might go be able to heal them and tell them about the good work of the Union.
Oh. I'm not sure if you mean Melvir or Grine.
No, Melvir.
Okay. So you ask Melvir to come by, basically.
Yeah, just like, do we know where they are? Because they've hunkered down.
Yeah, you're sheltering them in a way. Not like they're not in your tower, but you know where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the laziest approach to this is pay a coin for him to set up a clinic for the day. Like, you pay him to set up a clinic for a day.
I'm down with just paying Melvir for her to set up a clinic.
Little worried how many people are going to wander out of here with spirits attached to them, but other than that,
well,
they're not dying.
That's only if they're going to die. Yeah.
Now, if she sets up her clinic right next to the exotic animal shop, then we got a problem.
Yes.
There's only room for one superhero in this city.
Okay. There's not an exotic animal shop in this area.
Okay, good. If the crew's okay with that, I'm fine spending a crew coin if that's okay, because I'm broke.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we have money.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it fills the clock.
It does. Probably. You fill the clock. You get the Lamplacks to join your side after giving them free healthcare.
Whoop, whoop.
Yep.
But the building's still on fire because we just let that happen.
No,
did we ever?
No,
do
if you did,
that?
Everything has been dealt with today.
Today.
The next, well, I'm not going to go through every single day, but the next morning is the other thing. As I think you pretty quickly get reports from the. I think just you might have eyes on them in the distance. They're coming a different direction now, but you see the same group of. They look mostly like Scovlanders, actually. A group of them are coming by, and they seem like they're casually like just walking door to door. They knocking on people's doors. It's you can see them in the distance. They're walking actually towards your old turf that's next door. They're not in it right now, but they're heading in that direction.
I'm sorry, who was this again?
It's a mysterious group of Scovlanders that the Phoenix can see from his.
Oh, that's right.
I do a single ding that is not like emergency. It's just like people. Just
it's like yellow
like a doorbell.
Yeah, like a doorbell. Ding dong. There's people.
Yeah,
they're not heading near you. They're not heading towards you. They're heading kind of away from you, actually.
I want to try. I want to try and guide them toward our defensible position in case they're bad with my Phoenix. Just like circle, let them see, and then fly toward.
Okay. Then I think this would. I mean, it's up to you. This sounds like wreck to distract them.
Or maybe sway through the bird?
Yeah.
I would rather go with sway through the bird.
The bird is not
because
talking.
You're trying to convince them to follow.
Sway with charm, logic, deception, like disguise
or bluff.
Yeah, this is a bluff.
Is it? Because you are over there.
It's not really a. It's
not really a bluff.
It's pay attention to
bird. Yeah.
Okay, I can see it. It would definitely be limited effect.
that's fine. Even if some of them
as long
come
as
over,
one of them comes over, yeah,
then we'll know what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is desperate position like before.
Oh no, I don't like where this is going. You know what? I'm a daredevil.
Yeah.
Okay.
I take that extra die because I'm daring. Limited extra.
Your bird's
die.
going real close to their faces. As you know.
No, not that. It's just my ability. 6.
Oh.
Okay.
Everyone loves the
Okay.
bird.
Everyone
That
loves
daredevil ability is covered in hot.
Yes, it is. 2 6s from your 2 uses of it. All right. So yeah, I think one of them. So I think what happens is I think they all see it. They all kind of look at it. There's still like some glances, and they all actually do start heading over towards you, but they're very slowly, and they're trying not to show it, but cautiously as well. They're like, all of them are like acting normal and like, but you're noticing that whenever they are moving to like, whenever you have a clear line of sight, whenever they have a clear line of sight of the tower, they're moving just a bit more quicker than usual to like get to the next door, and they're still making their way over, but they're still stopping door to door.
Serpentine.
On their way. Yeah, kind of. It's definitely far from a beeline.
Yeah. So I have a thing I wanted to do about them because they seem problematic.
Okay.
I would like to take a smoke bomb and roll it in front of them.
You're just gonna
So
smoke bomb them?
Well, it goes in front of them. They're walking towards our building. And I want to put
okay.
a
So not
wall
into them, but like they come up against a wall of smoke.
They come up against the wall of smoke because they're, but like, strategically, they're walking towards our building.
Mm-hmm.
So between houses.
So like in that last alley?
Yeah, like
Where
the
the
last,
clothing-
like when they're getting close, when they feel like, all right, we got here without trouble. They have approached the fortified position. They know that like a thing is happening. They're distracted when they get there. It's not like guards or men or
that same sort of alley where the cloth people were.
Yeah, it's the same point, different dumb distraction. Because I want to know what they're doing here.
Okay. So what is you're distracting them, or you're stopping them from
I'm trying
advancing?
to distract them, basically to throw them off balance, and then I was going to walk up to them.
Just walk. Okay, sure.
You set off your pyrotechnics entrance.
This might just be
it's an entrance effect.
Then this might be you setting up with a distraction for your future walking.
Yes, it's a setup for my sway roll to
perfect
to make or consort or whatever. But it's a setup distraction. I'm trying to do that.
This will be risky. I think. Well, it's a setup, so effect doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. We have speakers that are now playing "Shoot to Thrill." For Hicks' entrance.
Yeah,
excellent.
It's as risky.
Still need to make them rocket boots.
Let's say standard doesn't matter. Yeah.
I get a bonus die.
Yep.
Boop. I got 6.
6 again. You guys are rolling very well.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I think you have the setup. They all like turn the corner, and they very quickly, all of them are talking to each other, and they stop talking. And you just walk through the smoke somehow.
No, I'm the other side. I walk from behind them because I was wandering the little block we have. It's not that big of an area we're trying to take over.
So they stop, and then they're all just looking at the smoke, start to question each other, and then you just yell from behind, and they all turn.
Like, hello?
I definitely am in the smoke, watching that nothing goes wrong.
You're not in the smoke. You're aside from the smoke. The smoke is specifically not good for your pores and eyes and mouth.
Okay, cool.
Okay, then I'm in the building that was recently,
Yeah, you're nearby for sure, but just not in.
Okay. Yeah. They look at you.
Yeah, oh, yes, I have my dramatic entrance as they get trapped between a wall of smoke and me, and I. Shoot! What is the? Yeah, I want to try to, I don't know, inform them of the situation. Say like, watch out, people are doing this. Try to call, because it's been a couple days, so I'm sure I've heard about.
Yeah, I'm assuming you guys have talked over the day, and since it's been a day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my gut feeling is that this is them. I have no proof of this. Ergo, my bluff is I want to warn them about a fake Fusewrights union going around trying to press gang people, causing physical harm and stuff, and they should be wary. And also inform them of the chaos in this neighborhood, and they should seek safety and shelter and let us know if there's any problems. I'm trying to bluff that we are actually in control and aware of what's going on.
We know you're there. Okay. Yeah. That you're trying to scare them off?
Well, it's more of draw attention to, like, yes, the intent is to scare them off, but not like intimidate or run away, but scare them off as in, oh, they know our plans, they're onto us.
And they just leave or give up or
we should pull before we get like hurt or in trouble.
Okay.
If this is the case, can he pull from not only his distraction, but from my setup action as well? Or can he only pull from one setup at the same time?
You can do multiple setups. There's no rule saying you can only do one.
Okay, then can he use my setup that I did for like the tracking?
Gather info on them, yeah.
Yeah. Do it.
Cool.
You get like 2 die, right?
That's 3.
The person who rolls the setup action chooses if it's a +1 die or if it is extra effect. And so, Jordan, you get to choose which one yours resulted in.
What do you want it to be, die or effect?
What's the effect now?
Right now, it will be limited.
Yeah, so one setup's effect, one setup's die, and then I get an extra die anyway, so that's 2 die standard effect.
Yeah, just make mine the effect because I have like maybe basic descriptions of people who I saw walking around, and then you go like,
you're the information I'm making this bluff with.
Yeah. Yeah, so mine is or effect.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my setup's for die, my bonus is for die. So sway. It's risky?
This will be risky.
Do it.
Okay. And then it is standard effect. I have 2 dice. I got 6.
Another one. Nice. Okay. So they talk to each other like I think they give each other like a look. One of them is about to speak up and they just get given a nope, stay quiet look, and like
I pulled down.
Yeah. Well, I think eventually one of them says first, well, thank you for the warning, stranger. We'll be best on our way then, I think. Glad to know that the real Fusewrights Union is taking a stand here. Yep. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
And they start just like leaving.
Leave.
Yeah.
I would like to step out there and basically ask, "Hey, are you with Ulf?" Which is a surprisingly difficult sentence to say.
Yeah. Yeah, the same person from before. He's like tall. I think he's blonde, short hair. He's like, "Oh, no. We're not with that Ulf guy. We're just concerned citizens." And unless you stop him, he's just going to start heading off with the rest casually.
I just want to make a note of the guy who spoke up.
Okay, you want to note his appearance?
Note his appearance, and then so there was a guy who was going to speak up, and this guy like stopped him.
There was someone else who was going to say something. His expression was someone of like indignance, and then he was stopped.
I would also like to make a note of that person.
Okay.
Just like age, height.
Yes. As they're leaving, they're probably about like they start leaving, assuming that you guys let them. They're like, okay. There is a crack of a gunshot in. No one's hit, but it is at Adric from a direction, sort of like off on a roof to the off on the side. As soon as that happens, the group of people are like, run for it! And they all just start sprinting away from you guys. They don't seem to have weapons on them or anything like that. And then, from the side, someone tried to take a shot at Adric. It misses, luckily. But someone's shooting at you, and you're near Hicks. Grine and Zaid, you guys have been... we haven't seen
Grine go first.
Everyone hears this crack in the neighborhood. Like this, it's a gunshot.
Yeah, I think Grind would probably just start heading in that general direction. Trying to trace down the shot.
I think I guessed wrong.
I am looking for like the general direction of the shot. There's this thing you can do also from those documentaries I saw where you count, like, you hear the crack or you hear the whiz, like the whoo of the bullet, and then you count like however many seconds, how many hundreds of meters they are away.
It's the lightning thunder thing.
Basically, yeah. You didn't
like,
hear the whiz. I think you were too far away to hear that.
Okay,
because it just kind of hit the wall like a good foot away from Adric.
Yeah, I'm counter snipering.
Okay, are you helping Grind seek out this shooter?
Well, what if I'm looking for them? Also, would I be hunting a target?
Do you want to make this a group action then, with both of you hunting and trying to find them?
I mean, I'm not good at it. I will help the hunt by paying a stress if that works.
Okay, so sure. Brian, you're heading towards the thing. Obviously, I assume you're like taking cover and trying to not be obvious about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or you are being obvious and you're drawing fire to triangulate the position of.
You just want me to get shot, don't
That's
you?
up to you. Consequences are more likely to go to Grind if that's the case.
That is a way to help, is like draw fire so the sniper that you have can see where it's coming from.
Yeah, I think I will do that, but a bit more safely. I'm gonna give you a setup action for this. How's that?
Okay.
I'm going to distract by getting closer and closer to the building. There's another smoke bomb going off, or just other things that are just drawing attention, and they can tell someone is coming for them,
but they can't tell precisely where from.
Yeah.
All right.
So I want to wreck my way forward.
Okay.
Risky, I'm guessing.
Desperate. No, risky. You're right. Risky.
I have a feeling I know who this is.
And your position is, it doesn't matter.
It's a setup.
Never mind.
Yeah.
So
there's no way to make that desperate if, like, I can't just trade desperate for.
You could just say it's desperate.
There's no effect.
It wouldn't give you increased effect, but if you want the XP, you could just say it's desperate anyways.
Yeah, and fictionally, it's just I'm not being that good at staying behind barriers and whatnot.
Yeah, I did post a GIF of exactly what it looks like in my mind.
Perfect. Okay.
You're an ass. I'll look at it later.
Wreck to distract.
It's a great movie.
Okay. So effect doesn't matter. 3 dice should be good. 5.
Okay. So it works. I think you'll have the setup granted. But
you're gonna take some shrapnel in the leg.
I don't think you get shot. I think out of one of the smoke piles, out of one of the smokes or through it, all we see for now is a lasso comes out of one of them and wraps around you.
Fucking Wonder Woman? Who the fuck has a lasso?
pulls you into the smoke, out of sight of the others for now. And I'll finish giving, like, it's a desperate roll. There's almost definitely going to be harm for this, but we'll see that when we see Grind later.
Is the harm smoke harm, or is it lasso harm?
It will be post lasso harm.
Okay, I just wanted to reiterate for the alchemical stuff, because it hurts me too, is why I'm saying it, there's a built-in, like, penalty for each of the alchemical things.
Yep.
Okay.
You're
not in the smoke for very long.
Yeah, but I'm saying as fuel for, like, if you need desperate effects for these, there's a list.
Actually, I think I like risky effect for these, because they're pretty tame as far as, those things.
They're like level 1 harm or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. So we see him. He just gets pulled into, like, further near the building by a rope lasso of all things, and there's no sign of him. But the setup action's good. Zay.
Yeah, I gotta take out that sniper first because I can't do anything with, like, that sniper pinning people down. Okay, so it's gonna be a hunt. Let me take my fine long rifle
All right.
and my spyglass because I need a scope. Let's see here. What's my position?
Your position will be risky. Your effect will be limited by default.
Spyglass,
Okay.
the fine hunting rifle will bring that to standard.
Yes, it will.
It will. Do I push it to desperate? Because I would get an additional die, and then it's great effect, and then I could use my daredevil.
For another additional
Do
die.
it. Do it.
This is what the skill's for.
I push it to desperate. So
Okay.
then that is great
So
effect.
this is, I think you are just you're not hiding in your sniper's nest. You're like right up there, obvious for them to see.
Yeah.
You're standing in the window
Yeah.
to get a clear line of sight.
Like overcoat blowing in the wind.
Yeah.
So great effect.
Spawn on the top of a building with a sniper rifle.
And so 1 die from the setup, 1 die from Daredevil, but I take -1 to resistance rolls.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Oh wait, I can still take a devil's bargain, can I?
You can take a devil's bargain
Yep.
if we want
Ghost.
to put up. Everyone knows what the Phoenix is. Goes up by 1.
Ghost, no, there's always double target for ghost violence.
That's true. You
there is ghost violence.
You could always pick to have
It's
ghosts
far away,
join you.
so
It might
none
not
of us
be.
Can
are
I
near
counter-
there.
Can I counter with Costa hits up Zaid ticking up? Because even if this roll goes well,
Not for this, I think.
not for this. Okay. I have 2 dice. It's 5. Do I want 6 dice to try and make this work?
I mean, if you crit, it takes out a large problem, I think.
Yeah.
I'm taking it.
Which one?
Everyone knows who the Phoenix is.
Okay.
I don't want to deal with ghosts right now.
All right.
I mean, no, deal with ghosts.
Deal with ghosts?
I got this. Yeah.
Okay, we'll make it ghosts.
All right.
Because you know what? I ain't afraid of ghosts.
So let me double check exactly what that is. So, setting districts. Rosefoot.
You know what? I can't handle ghosts because I have electroplasmic ammunition.
Yep. Here we go. Angry ghosts crave bloodshed. Take a dragon for violent ghosts. Ghosts will lash out too. So the ghosts will notice this exchange of bullets.
Yep.
Okay.
That is
Perfect.
fair. How? How do I roll so bad?
It's still a 4, but Jesus.
Oh god, it's so bad.
That's beautiful.
It's a good thing critical fails aren't a thing here, because 2 1s would screw you.
3 1s. There were 3 1s there.
There's one passing die of 6.
So,
This is
just barely, you two meet each other. You see the scope of the man you
We
recognize
are
as
going
Steiner.
same- What?
You recognize Steiner. He doesn't recognize you back, and
Steiner,
you both fire
He
bullets
was your
at
Like
each
the bullets
other.
just pass.
Yeah, just right.
No, they spiral around each other because we spent all of our money on this one shot.
The slow mo is literally like as they go by each other, like fragments of metal,
Yeah.
which alter the trajectory just enough so we both hit.
Yes, you hit him for 5 on the clock, so you hit him really badly as you duck to the
Where's
side
his
away
clock?
from.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, it's a 6 clock to defeat the sniper.
Mhm.
So you hit him quite badly. He's not completely down yet, but I think both of you have shattered each other's scopes or spyglasses. So your spyglass is broken, and you take level 3 harm from this expert assassin.
I'm gonna take that armor. I'm using the Hawker's rigging from my rifle. So that's down to level 2 harm, which is just less effect. If I resist, I
It's
take
-1 die is level 2 harm. Less effect is level 1
Well,
harm.
right,
Oh,
but
yeah, you have the thing. Yeah,
I'm
never
Purpose
mind.
Nails.
You're right. Are you
Do
gonna
I
resist
want to
it?
resist down to level 1? But that would probably stress me out.
That's the cost
Alright.
of Daredevil. do you...
It'll stress you out, but you...
I mean, it'll
Well,
probably
do
stress
you-
me out. I'm 2 stress away from stressing out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
do
you
you want
trauma out
minus
here.
1 die, or do you want to be traumatized out for the rest of the...
I'd be at less effect because of my other ability.
And the
Right.
-1, or the less effect... Rather,
That's
healing
counterable.
is also going to take longer.
Yeah,
because-
I'm just armoring.
Okay. So it's
I'll
down
put it-
to level 2, which is treated as level 1 for you.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah,
what do
but
I
you're-
call
you're-
this? Shot in the face.
I think you are able to duck a bit. It still does like destroy the spyglass, but it doesn't. It's probably, if it's level 2 harm, it probably hits you in the shoulder, which because of how
Because
you
of
are with your
nails.
ability, it's like a movie shot in the shoulder where you can basically
Yeah.
move it.
Yeah, you have a real wound that needs medical attention, but you're gritting your teeth and you're like, no, I got this.
No.
Exactly.
I'm the Phoenix.
Okay. Adric and Hicks, you guys were near, like, in the street next to each other. What are you up to?
Please tell me they saw him get taken. They saw Grind.
No, there was...
Oh,
Grind, they
just-
saw Grind go into there, I think, but I don't think they saw what happened to him necessarily.
Just a
Grind-
bookkeeping thing. I just realized that I have an injury from last session.
Okay.
But all my rolls have been wreck, so I'm just marking the fine wrecking tools that would have brought it all up.
Okay, let's say so. Yep.
Adric is not equipped for ranged combat in any way, shape, or form. He's assuming that there's an attack going on, so he's backtrack into the building and continue protecting it and our sniper upstairs.
See, here's the thing.
So no, I'm not going for that sniper right now.
Here's the
I'm
thing. Hicks is not
defense.
designed for combat in any way. Not just now ranged combat. Combat entirely is not in my job description.
All right.
So
You guys both
Oh.
retreat.
no,
Oh.
no.
I do unless someone tells
I'm
me.
going to get very injured. Apparently, that's my fate. So yeah, I want to rip a rag off the bottom of my shirt or something, or out of a pocket, and cover my face and try to, while staying hidden in the smoke, get eyes on Grind.
Okay, you want to see what's going on with Grind.
Yeah,
Then this will be a pretty desperate survey.
I'm trying to set up for any action to assist.
You can do this. Okay, then yeah, this would be desperate survey.
Yeah,
still,
but yeah,
but
it's still, I'm not.
the effect
Yeah, I'm
will
still.
just be
Yeah,
okay.
I'm fine. Desperate survey works. That's what I was expecting. But now the thing is, I
Alright.
have 1 dot in survey.
If you want a devil's bargain, you can feel a ticking clock in the back of your mind.
Hmm.
If only it was just final exams again.
Hmm.
It was just final.
Your free semester is coming to an end. You need to
I
study.
wasn't expecting.
Hicks.
I wasn't expecting this in my second junior year.
Yeah, I don't see that as see,
It's
the
not
first time
specifically related. But
I want to be able to do the ghosts. I want to make ghosts mad, but
but you're not doing violence.
Yeah, I'm not doing violent. I don't know how to turn this so ghosts are involved.
Mm,
You want to try and
Start a clock with that?
attune to
The
the
ghosts
ghosts of
find-
violence and bring them upon everything happening.
That's a worse roll. Nope. It's a worse roll.
But you'll get the free devil's bargain. So is it really worse?
Yes, it's worse.
Okay.
Well,
By the
devil's
way,
bargain would be 1 die plus ghost.
yeah.
That's the same.
Jordan,
Is the
you
attuned
did the
gonna be
devil's
worse?
bargains for the ghost, right? Okay, so we'll get back to that.
I did.
Cool.
Yeah, I did
Good.
do the devil's bargain for ghosts.
Shoot, I don't know how to help Grind. Balls. Get back to me.
Okay.
I'm
So,
blanking. I need a plan. I'm panicking.
Patrick,
You can always do a flashback to 30 seconds ago. Now that I know this information, I would have done this.
true. Adric, as you enter the tower again, you hear upstairs on the roof next, like where Zaid is. Zaid, you're there too, of course. There's everything. There was a fire here yesterday. It's still a bit smoky, but everything suddenly feels very cold. And
Okay.
you know, I think everyone in Duskwall knows that when it suddenly gets very cold, that means there's ghosts here. And then there's this rattling voice coming from behind, like when you were facing the thing. You might not be behind you now, but it's in behind where you were shooting Zaid on the roof. Is again this figure standing there, and this voice says, This is my domain.
Uh,
I don't
Flashback.
think flashback. Okay.
Flashback. So the first thing Grind would have done when we got set up here, because everyone knows Crowsfoot's haunted as fuck, is wreck this building. Anathema to ghosts.
Nice.
I don't have a lot of stress, but I will help with this wreck of ghosts.
Okay.
Just to make myself even less appealing to ghosts, I am equipping my Spirit Bane charm, which is not like load. So
that's good.
Yeah, same here. If we're noticing.
Yeah, we all have that. It's not load, so.
No.
Yeah.
But it also doesn't force the spirits away. They just don't like it.
They just don't like it.
It's like a really bad smell to them or something like that.
It's basically fictional positioning to be like, begone, spirit. And
Yeah,
then
yes.
roll.
It more allows you to do it in the first place, depending on what it is. Okay. You're wrecking the building to make it anathema.
Yes, I am.
So, in the flashback, well, it's not. It also affects the consequences for going forward. So
We're burning sage, and
this will be risky. And is there still a specific effect? Does that matter for this ability?
I will give you the text, and you can decide on your own.
Okay, so yeah, it's another new type of rec action, but it still is treated like a normal action roll. I'd say it's standard effect. Like he may, or this ghost may appear, but it will not want to stay here for that long, or for very long.
Okay. Don't know if I want to push it desperate, because that might snowball.
As a heads up, there's still going to be consequences from your previous roll that we'll see in the present.
Right.
I'm being lenient enough to not inflict those until we see Grind again.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll risky standard,
okay,
because it's just safer. With no devil's bargain, with a 4.
With a 4, okay. I think you drive them away.
I mean, if this guy had any minions, maybe they're gone. But oh, well, there you go. You got your ghosts.
I'm not good with ghosts.
Happy birthday.
I'm bad at ghosts. I don't do ghosts. I don't do fighting.
So I think it still says that, and then it like rushes you, Zaid, and then it just like rushes through you. You feel very cold and
ghost,
and then it just rushes past you, through you, in that direction, and it spots Hicks. Before
one or
that,
2 stress for that.
One. You had some time.
I want to do a thing to help out here.
Okay, we'll get back to that, because now I think we see Grind. Grind, we see you tied up with that lasso with more rope, having taken a few punches, level 2 harm, which you can still resist in armor.
Okay, I will do that. Let me see how much load I got. Yeah, that brings it to 4. Okay, so I'll just resist it down to 1, or armor it down to 1, and resist with prowess.
Okay.
No bonus. 6.
Yes.
Good to go. Gone.
So you use both armor, so you aren't hurt. You are tied up on the ground. There is a boot of the boot of a saber wielding lady is on you, and I think she knows. Would she know your name specifically? No.
Deckard?
No, I don't think she does know your name specifically. So she just says, I hear you're part of the Fusewrights Union. I'm here for the Phoenix.
Damn it.
Yeah, listen, lady, you're very attractive, and I am into some kinky stuff, but if you could loosen the ropes just a little bit.
Yeah, shut up. The only reason you're alive is because we're going to make an exchange. I saw him up there in his red everything in the tower. You're working with him.
Yeah, he's pretty useful. It's a good shot. I'd be careful if I was you.
Don't worry. You'll go first.
I
And she, like, violently pulls you up to your feet now that you're tied. And she says, come on, 1 foot in front of the other. We're going to go walk back the same way you came. The smoke has dissipated now.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep talking to her as we walk. Be like, so what is your interest in the Phoenix?
Oh, I don't have any direct interest. There's just a very nice bounty on his head. So, me and a partner, we decided that we're going to cash in on it.
And how much is this bounty that you're talking about?
6 coin.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, it's a lot.
Listen, I wouldn't blame you guys for turning me in
I'll
at this
take
point.
I think I look back and I'm like, untie me and I will just take 2 coin and let you into the building.
I'm sorry, there's how much money on my head?
Yeah, no, you've been in the Phoenix for a bit now. Your
Nice.
name has gotten out there. No, it's not about just the money. It's about being the one to take him down. Not that you know anything about that.
The glory. You are looking for a challenge to test yourself against a worthy opponent.
Sure.
She
started to realize what
like
you're
her
doing,
sword and everything.
Mhm.
Is she like Eruvian looking or red sashy at all?
I don't think you need to roll for that. She is Scovlandic.
Okay.
She you work with them enough, you recognize that on site.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try just to keep her talking, just to figure out who she is, and maybe I don't know if that's consort, like
Depends.
get some information
about
about her.
to her, but she's not really in a friendly mood. I could see
Consort,
consort.
did it
I could
affect?
also see sway.
It's the same shitty roll either way.
Could it be Rec for trying to distract her?
This seems explicitly consort.
Yeah, I'm really trying to figure out, like, I want to find out what button I can push to distract her in the future. So, like, maybe this is a setup. I don't know.
You're consorting with a rival to gain access to information.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what I'm saying really doesn't matter. It's her reactions that I'm looking at. Like, what makes her get a little shitty, you know?
Okay, let's make that roll then. I think actually what you're doing is studying her, possibly.
Yeah, that might be it too. Yeah.
Because you're not trying to you're trying to provoke her. You're not trying to make her do anything specific other than you want to learn about her. So I could also see study.
Yeah. This is one
I'll
of those
take
things where the skills intentionally overlap.
Yep, and that is intentional for many of them. Then
yeah, I'll take study on that. Why not?
Okay, I think this will be limited effect by default. Not in that the skill isn't good, but that
It's
she isn't
mid-combat.
one to talk about it in detail. You'll by default just learn a vague amount.
Yeah, I only get little clipped responses, so she doesn't
Exactly.
show much. Yeah, gotcha.
Like she's a bounty hunter. You're not the first person who's tried to like talk to her or get something out of her or do something like this.
Fair. All right. Yeah. Risky or
Risky. She doesn't want to kill you.
I'd
make an exchange.
Fair. Yep, just gonna go with it. I could use a devil's bargain here since I only have 1 die.
I'm quite sure. I think if you're willing to provoke her enough that she's going to deal you level 1 harm, then that'll work. Don't you already have harm, or was that?
I do have less effect from steam burns.
Okay, so that'll reduce your effect from limited to none unless you push yourself.
It'll be
yeah.
And if you're willing to take another level 1 harmless devil's bargain, which doesn't stack with the existing one, then you'll get a +1 die.
Can't
All right,
both
so
push yourself and Devil's Bargain, which means then you'd be stuck at one effect, at no effect.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. So I got to
Use it
push
as a setup
myself
action,
to.
It
so that it doesn't matter.
It is a setup
However-
action. Effect doesn't matter. It is a setup for later.
it
So
is
I'm
a
just
setup for
studying
later?
her.
Okay.
I'm just studying her so that I know what
How
button
get
to
her do
push
stuff later.
to get her off balance later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hicks, did you succeed, I think, on your stuff to help grind? Or did you change your mind on that? You were going to like go look for him.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
have a
but-
good like plan
way
of
to do
attack.
that. Okay, so that
Yeah, I didn't have a good. I didn't figure out a good like way I could do that because desperate for a limited effect, like especially because I don't have like nice weapons or anything to change the outcomes of this, and I have very few dice. So figured it's better that I wait for some standoff where I can talk to her and use my skills rather
Okay.
than try to blow the limited resources on
Okay.
a possible bonus.
Yeah, so I'll just do push myself for a die and
Okay.
risky. Yeah, we'll do that.
But it's it's a setup, so effect doesn't matter. Yeah, you're good. If you want a Devil's Bargain instead of to push yourself, the level 1 harm is one option. We could also untick one tick of defeat the sniper by just it's taking a while that they're able to like bandage themselves from the shot they took.
Or like reposition or
Yeah.
Yeah, they will probably reposition.
Oh, they're
I'm just
taking
gonna
the
push myself. I've got the stress. I'm good.
all right. We'll go to break
Risky
after this roll.
limited or there's no I'm just gonna set this to 0 because it doesn't matter. One bonus die. 6.
Okay, so the setup is good. We will go to break now, and then when we come back, we'll see what happens with the ghost and this hostage situation.
Cool.
Okay.
Yep.
We'll be back in a few minutes.